So I really hope I don't make any mistakes on this video because there's something going on with my retarded laptop and I can't even use Movie Maker to edit. So we'll see how this goes. Um, this video is the beginning of a series of videos until I feel a need to just not talk about it anymore. But this will be the introduction to my depression. Um, I haven't been recording in about 3 months. I think it's been 3 months since I've recorded one of my devotional videos, and a lot of the reason is because I have been dealing with depression. Feel a little more free now that I've said that. I didn't want to be logging on, recording videos, trying to tell people to be happy, bright, and love Jesus when there were days when I didn't even want to smile or get out of bed or anything like that. And I feel like that was a form of being fake. And I'm not saying I have to do this, but for those of you who also follow my written blog, you would have saw yesterday that my written blog, and for those who didn't, I'll link it in the description box below. But yeah, that post was just talking about maybe this is the ministry God has for me. You know, one of many ministries, because I'm not limiting myself, but me opening up about depression in itself, all that comes with it, not just, oh, I'm sad today, so, you know, but the nitty gritty of depression. And being Christian, this is a really big deal because a lot of times people think it's all peaches and cream when you're Christian, you give your life to Jesus, but sometimes people have thorns in their sides or crosses they have to bear. And this is something that I've dealt with since I was a kid, like no lie. But I will say my cutting has gotten a lot better. Not trying to make light of it, but to avoid breaking down in tears, I'll smile while saying it. So yeah, that's the quick little introduction, but I wrote a few notes because the last videos that got corrupt or something and I couldn't upload, I didn't have a script. So now I kind of have a script. I guess the who, what, where, when, how of my depression. The why. Just in my introductory video, explain why I get depressed, why I am depressed on certain days. And a lot of the reason for it is because I'm not happy. I'm not happy with myself. I'm not happy how my life has turned out. I'll be 32 November 1st. Yay, Scorpios. And I've been divorced twice. I've lost 2 babies, 2 miscarriages. I've been in abusive relationships. I have been in a stage in my life where sex and porn were my go-to things to make me feel better because I was lacking something else on the inside. And at 32, like, I would honestly say I'm a lot better when it comes to using other modes or methods to make me happy. And I think that's why my depression is starting to really come full force now, because I don't have those modes or methods anymore where I'm using men and, you know, self pleasures to make myself feel better. I'm literally going through withdrawal, or I'm going through rehab in a way, because I'm not using those outside things, and I'm truly trying to trust God and the Holy Spirit to heal me. So this is now the best time to start talking about it, to testify, to let other people know you can be Christian and go through depression. Just because you're a pastor or you're on the, you know, prayer ministry or anything like that, I'm not going to sit here and believe that just because you're in ministry and just because you show everybody when you're on that platform, you know, that life is you have to show people the truth sometimes, especially those who are trying to learn about Christianity and feeling like they can't be Christian because they're sad and depressed. I was on the praise team. I was doing PowerPoints for the pastor. I was married and still was depressed. So it's not always perfect. But my one message that I will say to anyone who is dealing with depression or going through, rough patches where you have your happy, happy, sad, then happy, sad, sad, sad days, depending on, my order is a little different. You're not alone. You're definitely not alone. Raising my hand, I'm dealing with it too. And even spiritually, you're not alone. God is there with you through every tear. He's holding your hand on days you just don't want to get up. You're not alone. If that's the number one thing you could take from these series of videos, know that you're not alone. When you cry, when you're writing in your journal, if you're vlogging about it, God is right there. And recovery is closer than you think. Let's see. The what of the depression, like what it actually feels like. I have days where I just want to be completely alone. That's a lot of times why I feel like I'm a homebody. I love staying in the house because I can cry, I can mean mug, I can just sit here and look like I have the weight of the world on my shoulders and I don't have to explain it to anybody. So being alone is the number one symptom or symptom. I want to be alone, constantly crying, wanting to completely disappear. And one of the sadder things on the list is I question God. Why am I still here? Why haven't you taken me away? If you know I'm sad, if you know I'm hurting, and you know that days are hard for me, why haven't you allowed me to just die? And I mean, I know it's bad to have those thoughts, and I know those thoughts are from the enemy, but I want to be truthful. Like, I really feel that way sometimes, and I question God, and I really believe He hasn't taken me from here is because there's a reason why He wants me to still be here, because we all have a purpose. And if you go later to read the post on the written blog, I do speak about that, where no matter what, if